It was December 11th, 2012. Jack sent me an email saying, Eugene, you are my choice to reconstitute Troughton Partners Russia. There's been really quite a heavy competition to take this position because the previous Jack's partner and the publishing house, they did tremendous job, tremendous work to popularize the theory, the knowledge. Troughton Partners were really famous in Russia. And Jack wanted to select a partner who would be really in understanding and in the deepest understanding of the knowledge, the system and everything. The irony was that I wasn't such a partner. I didn't really realize all the power of positioning by that time. It was Vadim and some other friends of mine who invited me into this thing, and I was conversing with Jack for kind of a year and a half. And it was during that period when I was really overwhelmed by his knowledge and his spirit and all the power of the theory and the system. And by the time he elected me as his partner, I was really into this thing. And since then, I'm just keeping the flag. The examples are many. We work with like half of all the leading non-primary companies in Russia. But what's most important is that we see that the positioning knowledge becomes transferred from our company to a lot of students and even to other businesses and consultancies. And altogether they create this really important and meaningful mass to bring the knowledge of positioning forward. And I think this is the greatest achievement that we've done in Russia. Positioning is about how you differentiate yourself from competition. And this is no different 50 years ago, now, or in 50 years. The context is different. The new companies and new businesses are emerging, and we live in the era of digital transformation. And of course, this has to be accounted into the process of building the positioning. The theory, the concept stays the same, but the application and how we use it becomes quite more different. There are many other areas which are influenced by positioning, which have been really non-existent before, like user-generated content or digital platforms or marketplaces. All of this stuff is now heavily influenced by positioning and can benefit from a proper positioning. We have 50 years anniversary of positioning theory. It's interesting because it's something which exists for 50 years, and people might think that it's something which is from the past and not relevant in tomorrow's environment. This is quite contrary, in fact. In fact, positioning becomes more and more relevant as the consumer have larger and larger choice, basically in all the areas. The same example could be given for cloud computing or machine learning or any modern technologies, because you probably know all of them appeared like 40 years ago. And they were widespread, they've been used, but they didn't really succeed because the environment wasn't quite ready. I think that the environment is absolutely ready for positioning now and will be more and more ready and relevant for positioning in the future. And that is my greatest expectations for the future of positioning starting from the next year.